Come see me. You got the kind of faces I can use." We asked him what he meant. "Well, you, kid," he'd said to Chambers, "have the kind of fresh-faced look that works out great on undercover assignments. You look like somebody who just fell off the turnip truck, and that's perfect for working Vice." This had made me laugh, but the laugh caught when the big man looked at me and said, "And you, Hammer, you're just the kind of mean-looking roughneck who can go undercover with any evil bunch of sons of bitches and fit right in." And that had made Pat laugh. This afternoon at my office, where I hadn't been in a while, the papers had piled up. I'd quickly picked out the one with Wade Manley's picture on the front page, and a story that focused on the tough waterfront area where even a big, experienced off-duty police officer could fall prey to malefactors. Fancy word for the kind of rats that emerge from alleyways with greedy, glowing eyes and bared, feral teeth, only with switchblades to do the tearing. 8 deep punctures to his body, any one of which would have been fatal. Overkill, some might call it. Others might say thorough. When the front-page photo was taken, the big man hadn't had any departmental recognition yet, and the hat riding his skull looked fresh and new, almost GI in its crispness. He looked young and much lighter, but then the picture was a dozen years old. He looked decent because he was, and always had been, despite the soul-eating nature of working Vice. And most of all, he looked like a hard man to break because he was that too, and died proving it. This I knew, because the big man was not the sort who would just hand over his wallet to punks with knives or zip guns. They would have to take it from him, and they apparently had. And he was dead now. Stupid, proud, maybe. But I'd have done the same damn thing. Only, what had he been doing down here alone? Was this really just a mugging gone horribly wrong? Manley hadn't been on the streets himself in many years. He was strictly supervisory. Was he meeting someone? Then, like the man said, the rains came. Came down straight and hard, as if from a giant showerhead. And then I was looking at the big, wide, irregular, discolored splotch of sand on the sidewalk as the rust color got red again. And for a second the whole splotch seemed alive, glowing, bubbling, throbbing. But maybe it was my imagination, because after all I was crying a little bit. Drunks cry easy, you know. And there was nothing in the whole goddamn world that seemed to be right or in focus anymore. Not since Velda walked out. I got out the brown-bagged bottle of whiskey from my trenchcoat pocket, and I swigged some down before screwing the cap on and slipping it back in where its weight was a soothing presence clunking against my thigh. She had been more than just my secretary. She was the other PI in Michael Hammer Investigations. Nobody was better at undercover work. But nobody was better at dressing up a drab outer office either, behind a reception desk. Though she had no secretarial training when she arrived, her high school typing classes had proved enough, and she soon came up with a personal shorthand. Still, there were plenty who'd thought I'd hired her strictly for her looks. Tall, lithe, with wide shoulders and full high breasts, and a small waist that flared into generous hips. All curves and valleys and toned musculature, with beautiful Hedy Lamarr-like features dominated by dark, almond-shaped eyes, framed by shoulder-brushing page-boy hair so black it reflected like new patent leather. But it was strictly business between us, or it had been until I fell for her, until she fell for me. Anyway, I thought she fell for me. Only now Velda was gone, in her way, like the big man was gone, in his, except, in a sense, in a crazy damn sense, she was right here with me. They both were. As I stared into machine-gunning rain,